Please subscribe and ring the bell to never miss an update. Hello everyone! Today on Lady Mary Beth, I'm taking you along to the Charity Guild Shop of Catholic Women, voted best of the best for antique and consignment by the Houston Chronicle. It's a wonderful way to shop with a purpose where proceeds benefit local children's charities. And we are also shopping with a purpose as we set a fall table. Join me. The Charity Guild Shop is open Wednesday through Saturday. I encourage you to pop in and grab a copy of the Houston Resale Guide. If you don't live locally, I'll put a link in the video description and you can order one by mail. Welcome to Charity Guild Shop, a great and affordable way to find gifts and anything you might need for a gathering. We'll take a look at the store for some hidden gems with a bit of history and then gather items to set a fall-inspired table. Let's have a look at the store. Light up your living with a chinoiserie lamp. This, of course, has a rich history. It is favored by designers, and you can find it anywhere from palaces to period dramas. And I encourage you to look for chinoiserie elements to add to your space. It's a warm welcome with this chinoiserie lamp. Chinoiserie is the Western interpretation of Eastern art and inspired by the Nanking pattern from the 16th century. And here is a matching finial with the double happiness. A lovely side chair and sofa, love that blue accent pillow, leading us to Japonaise and chinoiserie. Some wonderful elements that you could add to your home, including collectible dolls. Love that teapot. And fish bowls. This is something that you will find in thrift, resale, antique shops, and I find these quite useful. Friends gifted us with a peace plant recently, and I have our chinoiserie fish bowl. It's not blue and white, believe it or not, and it also doubles as our Christmas tree stand for our foyer. This divided dish is fantastic. From San Francisco, could be from Gump's, priced at $50. And a George Jensen book. Of course, he's known for silver. I just love coffee table books. That would be a nice addition. And one of my favorite spots in the store with a classic blue and white. And there are a few things that I want to share with you today that I have found here. Some old, some new. And familiar patterns, including one we've seen in Germany. The first area I look for in the store is this blue and white section. They've got some treasures today, including two iconic patterns. Indischblau is a classic German dish pattern you find in almost every household. It's often referred to as straw flower in English. The square bowls are also very vintage. It's something you find in the older patterns. Priced at $25 each. You could have a balanced pair for your table. Great for serving. We have this shape in our Burgenland Blau as well from Villeroy & Boch. A souvenir from Holland. Beautiful crystal blue vase. And this sweet and petite posy vase is from Duncan Miller. In the Canterbury pattern, the blue opalescent, priced at $38. I would probably wait for that next markdown. Opalescent is absolutely stunning on a table or anywhere in your home. I just love that. And here are some patterns we will talk about today. One is a bit older and one is newer than you think. We'll take a closer look at these platters with a bit of history. This one from Burslem, England, and another pattern created by Lenox, inspired by an American textile brand. And you'll see how these blend beautifully together, the old and the new, with a classic pattern that's been adapted for modern taste. It's priced at $100. I just love everything about this. They made an entire dinner set in many different colors. Makes quite a statement. You will notice the back stamp does not mention chinoiserie. Instead, it is called toile tale. And that's because Salamandre is also in the textile business, just as the originator of toile, the textile manufacturer Christophe Philippe Oberkampf in 18th century France. It was a repeating pattern of an idyllic landscape scene inspired by Chinese fabrics. I would like to see the green version in a table setting as well. It's a striking look. And this would be great for any season, especially fall. Keeling & Company produced earthenware, mostly in blue and white from 1912 to 1936, although they do have their origins in 1886 in Burslem, where they were known for tableware, teaware, bowls, vases, hospitalware, and hotelware. This has a beautiful back stamp. The pattern is Ormond, but we also see that it is loselware, and that gets its name from two words, low and solubility. And that is the glaze that was used for this line, less than 1% lead, which was definitely a selling point, including to workers, where it was deemed harmless. A visit to Charity Guild is not complete until you check the locked cases. This is where you find some amazing deals on Waterford crystal, baccarat wafers, and some fine porcelain. And we'll discover some great gifts and hidden gems, including this beautiful dish with a bit of an unusual edge. Some great gift ideas here in this case with a Waterford crystal celery dish. This is something we've talked about on a visit to the Columbia Antique Marketplace in Columbia, Tennessee. The history is quite interesting. I encourage you to take a look at that segment. This is $60, about to go down to $45. It's unique because it has the glandor design with a different edging that you don't normally see in Waterford crystal. It's always nice to discover a piece that's from the 60s or 70s. And I can definitely tell this is an older piece, although that sticker was used until the early 1980s. Waterford Glass Limited, made in Ireland. Would be a great gift. And this trolley pattern is familiar to me. They made a sugar and creamer as well. And that is truly a hidden gem. And an older piece as well. An incredible deal on this Waterford crystal trolley bowl. This is from the early 1980s. I was gifted a sugar bowl in this pattern for my college graduation, and the price has gone down to $28.50. That would be an amazing gift. My friend Judy gifted me with my first piece of Waterford, that trolley bowl. And I never knew that I would work for Waterford Crystal, and she was actually instrumental in leading me to that job interview. This vase would be a lovely gift. And it has one of the original cards in it that was from the 90s, Living with Waterford Crystal. I remember this well. They did some great marketing. And those enclosure cards you sometimes find at Antique Consignment and Thrift when you discover a piece. A vase also makes a great gift. This is priced at $35. And I like that they call it the pineapple vase. It does have that shape, soon to go down to $26.25. If you price Waterford vases online, they are several hundred. This is an incredible deal. Hidden in the back is the Waterford Metra Bud Vase. If you're looking for something modern that's new in a box, this is a great find. It's priced at $52.50, and that is a substantial piece, would make a great gift. It's a perfect pair with the gorgeous green Waterford martinis, candle holders, a footed centerpiece, and collectibles. Down to $75, this cheese dome has the Hobstar, which might be indicative of European cut crystal. You can incorporate that into any season. A set of 4 Heisey salt cellars for $15. Those are beautiful with the diamond pattern. You can use that for a truffle for an after dinner treat. And they also have a collection of Belique My friend Cassidy has found some great pieces over the years, including with the traditional shamrock design. And here they have some unusual ones that you don't often see. Very artistic. Prince Arthur vase, priced at $40. Look at that detail. I have not seen that before. Some unusual pieces, and you find some that will go with just about any setting, and we might use this in the fall table, priced at $40, and it's gone down in price. Adding more metal tones is a great idea for a fall table, and I'm seeing some inspiration here. We'll have to pull some of these items to incorporate into our table. This compote is Limoges. It's priced at $75. A beautiful brass and crystal inkwell. This has sort of an Art Nouveau design to it. $75. It's absolutely gorgeous. And sterling silver flatware is not something you find every visit, but they do have it represented today, along with some silver-plated pieces as well, including a tea set, which would be a wonderful addition. I found some great things, including pastry servers here on previous visits, sterling silver, sugar and creamer, and a mid-century nut dish. My grandma had one like this. I love it. That's something that you would see for a lot more in an antique shop. It's priced at $14. And in these cases, they have some delightful surprises, including a cobalt collection of salt cellars. And these trays are stunning. You could create a whole wall display with these. We're going to talk about the history and how they got to America. And you can find one in several colors. A great selection of toll trays. This is a painted metalware technique that developed in Wales in 1660. It was originally meant to keep household objects from rusting by applying paint and lacquer. These items eventually found their way to the colonies, had quite some popularity in the 1800s, and in the 1950s were mass produced. A trio of etched glasses. These would be great for even a shrimp cocktail or chocolate mousse dessert. And they are from Tiffany & Company, priced at $45. And they look beautiful against this aqua backdrop. This could anchor a wall. Many ways that you can incorporate this into your decor. It's a fantastic piece. And not a color that you see often. It's gone down to $22.50. And the round is a good size for serving. I like that dramatic contrast, a very traditional look for a toll tray. The imperial vase is well priced at $22. It has that iridescent sheen like carnival glass. And that biscuit jar is great. Could use it for a hand-poured candle. Lots of elements here that you can incorporate into a fall table. I will certainly be looking as we're shopping today. And this soup tureen would be ideal for corn chowder. My friend Lloyd has a great recipe. I will have to make that. It's a good reminder. And the price has dropped down to $16.25, and now it's $8.13. A pair of Heisey candy dishes with that regal gold. I can see this for Christmas as well. You could take that to your favorite chocolatier and have a couple of great gifts. The classic Waterford Lismore. But today we're going to talk about a different pattern you will see on the table later, and it's from Lenox. And this has a very short-lived history, although the pattern that it's based on is still made today. These are priced at $120 for 6, which is actually a steal, and I'll tell you more about that later. And here's a close look at that beautiful etching and the gold rim. And I did look on the secondary market, and they are hard to find, especially in the iced beverage. That's one that's used mostly here in the South. And always look up. You never know what you'll find. It might be a veggie tray. It's worth looking up for the $7 deal. This is the Acanthus Chip and Dip. It can be used for a cheese ball. You can use this in many different ways for organizing something, place a larger bowl inside. And it has that Wilton Armitage mark on the back. And that's a great deal for $7. Wonderful hostess gift. You can include your best cheese ball recipe. It's fun to shop a charity resale to set a table, and we will choose some fall items to create a lovely setting. And the basic components: dishware, drinkware, flatware, linens, and a centerpiece. The sunflower table runner is nice, but I might go with something a bit more traditional and then add a modern touch to it. I quite like this lace. I like to start with table linens to inspire this setting. We've got a great variety here, including casual, a bit more elegant, vintage, modern, and Battenberg lace, which is a classic. I like to mix styles, and this Susan Unger overlay gives a bit of a contemporary look with fall colors. We could pair that nicely with vintage dishes. Napkin rings are a fun and practical touch to your table. We're going to go with this wood tone for $8. I have found a set of 12 sterling silver napkin rings in this very bin for about $25. And this grape centerpiece would be lovely for a wine and cheese party. I can also see it for fall. And it's priced at $16.25, made in Italy, similar to Capo di Monte. And that is definitely up for consideration with our fall table. You would pay that in shipping just to order something online. I think that's a bargain. And there are many different dish patterns. Of course, I'm leaning towards something that would work for fall. The Desert Rose from Franciscan is a classic. It's priced at $3.50, and this is the original Desert Rose. It is not Johnson Brothers. I've seen this work very well for Christmas at Zapp Hall and Round Top, and I'm thinking for fall that's not going to be my choice, but I do like it. My mother had that pattern. We could go with a casual look, formal, or anything in between. This would be a wonderful selection. There are many pieces, 99 in Temple Blossom, priced at $600. It is a retired pattern, and you will see the price go up on the secondary market. That touch of aqua is ideal. There's that beautiful Lenox laurel leaf back stamp. This is a vast pattern, 17 dinner plates, and you'll see lots of serving pieces as well. And a bit unusual to have a cream soup and underplate. George Briard was well known in the mid-century. He created so many different looks for the American housewife, including some dishes, barware, and definitely targeted that market. Price at $62.50. This would be ideal for fall as well. I may go with the Lenox, but that certainly would be a great selection. And this summer set, based on a 19th century English design. Glassware is fun, and I do see some platinum rim, gold rim. Of course, we want to go with the warm tones. And we can mix it up a bit. Here's a dozen, down to $90. And you can see the craftsmanship is unparalleled. You cannot find that today. And that's why I like to shop the secondary market. Those silver leaves are fun. And I do like the addition of barware on a table, great for iced tea. But we do have a lot of choices today. I might just stick with the stems. $78. And you can certainly blend different etched crystal. It doesn't have to be the same pattern. This reminds me of Hanover Gold from Marquis by Waterford, but it is much older. It is the Gorham Devon. Perhaps Marquis was inspired by this pattern. I've got a cart and I'm ready to pull things together for our table setting. And of course, I had to add these high Z candy dishes with the gold accents because those warm metal tones are perfect for fall. And now we have a table. And there was already a pumpkin there. We could use that, or we could select something different. Lots of great choices today. I especially like the price on this at $7.95 for a farmhouse table. That is a deal. And you certainly don't want to pay full price at a furniture store when you can come here. There are many great table options here at Charity Guild. I think this is perfect for our fall setting. It is $7.95 from Restoration Hardware. The starting price for any table on their website is $3,000 and something comparable is $8,000. This is bleached oak in the grayish color, which is sort of a beige and gray. It's fun shopping for a centerpiece and of course, candle holders. This Peggy Herrick canister would be fun as a centerpiece with or without the lid. You could do a floral display. $75. Has a bit of a Mackenzie Childs look with that checkerboard design. And I think that could work. I found some other pieces that would coordinate, and the robin's nest on top is fun. These are items that I pulled together while shopping the store. We may not use everything, but it is certainly a starting point and inspiration for a fall look. I especially like that owl vase. You could put a candle inside. A butter dish is a staple for your fall table with those wonderful rolls that you'll be serving. And this is priced at $20. You can find many examples throughout the store. Also makes a great hostess gift. And you can use this in other ways when it's not on the table, for a jewelry dish, for your keys, or even lemons and limes on a bar cart. A covered butter in china, crystal, or silver is always a great addition to your table. An incredible price at $6 for this Heisey gilt dish. And a crackle jug with a teal handle is fantastic. It almost has a mid-century look to it. It is from the Blinko Glass Company. They have been in business since 1921 in Milton, West Virginia. And the price is $56.25, which is great. You can see all the elements that I brought together. I think this is the most fun part of thrifting, when you can incorporate this to elevate your everyday. And I cannot wait to get started. I pulled together some components for the table, including the Waterford Crystal celery dish, because I had to add one piece of Waterford, and I was delighted to find this Heisey gold leaf dish that's perfect for just about anything on your table. As I always say, shop your home and then your local resale to bring all of these elements together and create a beautiful table setting. Shopping resale is a great way to bring together some interesting elements for your table, and it takes the stress out of preparing for company. You can find everything under one roof, including the pillar candles. I like to add layers and height to a table. You will notice the table overlay I've scrunched together, and the centerpiece I placed on a base to elevate. And instead of a heavy tablecloth, I've kept it simple with the Battenberg lace placemats. I like to not only mix materials on a table, but bring in some newer and vintage items for interest. These glass pillar candle holders have a very unique look, $24 each. They bring the eye up, and you can still have conversation across the table. And you'll see that I placed this newer pumpkin metalware on a porcelain piece from Spain. You could also add some florals to this pumpkin by placing a small square piece of floral foam or oasis and anchor it on the stem, and then insert your flowers, and that would definitely elevate that look, whether it's a fresh pumpkin or this metal piece. And here's a look at the beautiful porcelain that's elevating our pumpkin. I did take home the table overlay. I thought that was extra special, and I can use this in many different ways for the fall season. And the Battenberg lace is classic. That would also make a great gift. This china pattern is lovely. I can also see this working well for the spring and summer. You pull out the aqua, the yellow, pair it with some depression glass. A vintage china pattern is current again in this setting. Temple Blossom was made by Lenox from 1978 to 1991. It has a ridged rim, that is the Temple blank, that's also made in a solid ivory. There are about 7 colors from which to choose in creating a centerpiece, which is perfect for fall and many other seasons. I will use the table overlay as an inspiration to shop my home for all the fall elements and set a beautiful table. Reed & Barton made the Sterling Revolution pattern from 1979 to 1986. It has a very unique shape, and it's a great way to shop for your pattern on the secondary market since it is retired and really wasn't made for very many years for a sterling pattern. You're probably familiar with the popular Lenox Autumn China pattern, but you may not have seen the crystal. It was also short-lived, made from 1975 to 1976, and some of these even have the original sticker. The price is right. These are $60 on replacements, and this is a great opportunity to add to your pattern. I encourage you to join our Facebook group page, Lady Mary Beth's Table, where we enjoy showcasing our table settings, thrifted finds, perhaps ask questions and help with identifying an item. We have lots of fun and some great friendships have formed. We all like a sweet surprise. I have added these vintage Heisey candy dishes with something fun inside. That's a great way to add interest to your table. With the exception of the table overlay, I have placed all of these elements back on the shelves and in the cases for you to discover and create beautiful settings to entertain your guests and to elevate your everyday. So glad you joined me today for the Charity Guild Shop. We found some hidden gems with a bit of history and lots of items to set a fall table. I'm taking home this Wilton Armatil Acanthus Chip and Dip for $7. Thanks again for joining Lady Mary Beth. Elevate your everyday with Charity Resale Shopping.